this is the LOA reverse scripting love letter method. And that may sound a bit like a mouthful, but it's probably one of the powerful strategies that I haven't spoke about for a long time on this channel. And I thought to share with you guys because we've been hearing a lot of success stories when it comes to manifesting people's soulmates or a specific partner, or some people are even using it to manifest their ex back. And it's probably one of the greatest ways to do it because it's all about vibrational frequency and alignment. And this method is broken down into 5 very simple steps, but it's extremely powerful and it's not your usual scripting. So we're going to break it down in this video, but before we get into it, show reel. Hit it. Namaste creators, Namo Himalaya. So this is Akarshana here, and in this video we're going to break down the 5 very simple steps when it comes to the law of attraction reverse scripting love letter method. And I just spent some time here because we're actually waiting for a friend in a car, and I thought to put this together because we've been hearing some very powerful testimonials and manifestation success stories, and I thought sharing is caring. Why would we not share it with you guys so that you guys can use the same strategy too to attract love in your life? Okay, so anyway, the first part of it, okay, if you guys write this down, or if you haven't got a journal or notepad, feel free to comment below the points that I'm going to share with you guys, because when you comment below, you log it into the subconscious mind and it becomes part of your vibration and you'll remember what to do. Okay, so the first thing is about specifying who. I always say when it comes to manifesting or attracting love or attracting a soulmate, it's very important to understand, and I want everyone to write this down inside the comments, clarity is power, right? Manifestation without clarity is almost like getting into a car and you have a GPS system and you're not setting a destination. That's why a lot of the time people want to manifest things, but it's not specific enough. And so the manifestation goes a little bit wrong. And when I say a little bit wrong, it could seem a little bit more than a little bit. What I mean by that is, I don't know if you've ever had this before. You want to manifest the love of your life, and then what happens is you say, okay, this specification, that specification, they look like this, and they sound like this, and they have this character, or whatever you want to manifest. And then what happens is you manifest somebody who's pretty much identical to that, except just one thing. They are not available. Right? They're not single, or they're married, or they already have a partner, whatever it is, and then you're like, oh, we're so perfect, just that thing, right? Or they live on the other side of the world and you never see them, or whatever. There's just that thing. And the problem with that is because when people try to manifest things, sometimes people are not specific with all the full requirements. So the first step is to get pen and paper and write that order down and be very specific. That's your order to the universe. The second step is for you to take a moment and read about that person you've just written down, okay? And the second step is become them. What does it mean? It means you need to put yourself in their shoes for this moment and become their vibrational frequency. Why is this important? Well, we always share on this channel, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. And what does that mean? You manifest the exact frequency match that you are. So instead of saying, I want that person, it's more saying, I have become the same vibrational frequency as that person, therefore I know they are going to show up in my energy field, in my reality. So the second step is to really allow yourself to become them. Imagine you were them and stand in their shoes. Feel the way they feel. Think the way you think they would think, right? So allow yourself to be in that vibration and indulge in that vibration. Now, here comes the fun part. Number 3, write a letter from them to you, not just any letter. Write a love letter from them to you. Now, I know some of you will be listening to this right now and thinking, that sounds ridiculous. You mean I'm going to sit on the other side and I'm going to write a letter to myself, tell myself that I love myself. This is so strange, okay? But it's proven right, through thousands and thousands and thousands of people who've been through any of our manifestation classes, master classes, anything, that this method actually really works. And I'm going to explain to you when it gets to the end of it, or even if it sounds silly right now, why it works. Okay? So what do you want to do here? You want to get a pen and paper, right? Old school, right? And you want to start writing. Imagine you are in their shoes and you have just met you. And imagine you are about to declare your love for yourself, basically, from their perspective. So you will address it, right? Dear John, dear Samantha, whatever your name is, okay? Address it, and then allow them, be in their shoes, to confess their love and their admiration and their wanting and desire towards you. Write it on behalf of them, address it to you, okay? Allow yourself to express as much emotion and deep connection words as possible, okay? Once you've done that, sign it off as them, with their name. Put it into an envelope, seal it properly, okay? Now, obviously address it to you with your address on the front, and then their address or their place or their location on the back. You have two options here, okay? In terms of how we deal with point number 4. Point number 4 is backdate the letter for you. So what does this mean? Okay, I'm going to give you two options here. How we used to do it in the past, around 10 years ago, I was already teaching this method to many, many students around the world. And what we would do back then is we would write pen and paper, very, very normal, to still write letters back then. I can't remember the last time you guys wrote a letter now, yeah? But back then it's very normal. And we would go to the post office and we would backdate that postal order or that postal stamp, so that we'll set it back, dial it back about a month. Okay, random date. Pick a random date of next month. And then once you pick that random date of next month, then you will give it to the post office, and then they will send it only to your address in 1 month random time, right? Now, you can either do that if you have access to a post office, and you can still do that in wherever you're based, or you have second option, which will probably be easier for a lot of you, which is you will take this letter and you will place it somewhere in your house that you do not go to daily. Okay, that you only go once a month or once every 2 months or once every 3 months, right? A drawer, a cupboard, a wardrobe, kitchen, under your bed or whatever. Just somewhere you don't often go. You will place it under there, and once you place it under there, you will forget about it. Just forget about it. And how do you forget about it? Well, you're not going to forget about it by thinking about it. You're going to have to start thinking about something else, right? So just refocus your energy on your task at hand. If you're going to work, focus on going to work. If you're at home doing your work, then do your stuff at home, right? But just don't put any energy or focus towards that anymore. Set it, write it, and forget it. Just get on with your everyday life. Okay? Fully focus on every day. Don't have your mind on that letter at all. Fully focus on every task in every day, in every moment, living in the moment. Okay? Then comes point number 5, the final part, which is equally as important, or maybe the most important point out of all. One day, obviously, you're going to receive that letter, whether it be in a month because of postal, or whether it be random timing because that day you were changing your bed sheets and lo and behold, it's like, oh, there is an envelope here. The first thing that will probably happen is you'll get a bit of a shock. Oh, what's this? The second thing that will likely happen is your skeptical mind will kick in and you'll say, oh yeah, I remember I did that silly law of attraction thing, whatever. Whatever you think in that moment, that silly thing, don't think about it. Act as if you're actually receiving that letter and just read the front of the envelope. Read the back of the envelope. Feel what you're feeling when you read that and you have that moment. Open up the envelope, open up the letter, and read every single word of that letter. And read it nice and slowly, while allowing yourself to be on that receiving end and allowing yourself to allow the emotions to get to you and allow it to feel through every cell of your body and feel it and amplify those feelings as if it's actually happening in this moment. The vibrations, your vibrational frequency, you never know whether it's your mind purposely triggering it or it's actually real. It just doesn't distinguish what's real or not. It just knows the vibrational language. So what will happen in that moment is you are actually living that moment of reading that love confession to you from the person you want to manifest. Feel it, amplify it. Give yourself at least a good 10 minutes or 30 minutes or even an hour just feeling it. Those emotions. If you can even bring yourself to tears, even better. Right? Then, leave the letter. That's it. You're done. You're done. Observe over the next coming month who shows up in your life. What shows up in your life. When you see opportunities or invitations, start saying yes to those invitations and see where those invitations leads you and guides you. Because let me tell you something, if you did that process as we just explained in this video, right, the universe will respond. But you got to be conscious enough. You got to be present enough in those moments to see those unidentifiable opportunities. When you get an invitation, say yes and allow that energy to lead you to that love of your life. If you enjoyed this video, do hit the thumbs up. I would also like to recommend you guys save this video. Why am I saying to save it or share it? Is because then when you get your success story, if you guys could come back to this video and share your success story inside the comments, that would be absolutely amazing. Why? My mentor used to always say, when you have success stories, when you've used something and the energy has worked for you, pay it forward. It's always good to allow this universal energy to flow through you and allow things to manifest on a whole new level into your life. Comment below, let us know where you guys have tuned in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way. Because this year, we're dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, we're signing out. Namaste. Namo Himalaya.